Hello and welcome to this week's episode of MT Squared, Minerva's 2-minute tactics for your procurement. I'm in a phone box today because we're talking about telephony. So this is just to talk about calls and lines. Ideally, I would suggest you put your calls and lines and systems with the same supplier if you can. It just saves any issues. You've got one point of contact, and then rather than people arguing about whose fault it is when there's a problem, everything's stuck together, and therefore you've got one person to deal with if there's a problem. I'd suggest you block numbers where you can. The number of times that we see on bills, directory inquiries, the speaking clock, why you would need to phone the speaking clock in this day and age, I do not know, and also premium rate numbers as well. So try to block those where you can, just to make sure no one's tempted to ring them. They usually cost about £1 for every call you make to those numbers, so it soon racks up. The other thing to talk about is contract renewal dates. Please keep a note of when your contracts are due for renewal. The number of clients, again, that we see that have missed their renewal date and have ended up either on penal rates or out of contract rates, or just basically not getting best value for money because their contract's rolled over and they're not even aware of it. So keep a note of your renewal dates to make sure that you don't miss them. Review your telephone contracts at least every 24 months. The cost of phone calls is dropping rapidly, particularly mobile phones. So, don't leave it 3, 4, 5 years to renew it. Make sure you do it quickly. So that's it for this week's MT Squared. We'll be back with another tactic next week. Until then, soldier on!